So we've got, oh, good. Everybody is on. So let's go ahead and open to page 233. Yes, Victoria. They're coming in at 2:30 this afternoon. So during our health section, they'll be on at 2:30. Yeah. Yes, Julia. Do you have a question, Julia? Quickly, we gotta get going. Yes, ma'am. What? I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about it. Katie, what can I do for you? Yeah, it's only one time. I changed it, so you're fine. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, let's go to page 233, please. Liliana, I need to see your face, please. Vlada, I need to see your face. Charlie and Tyler D, I cannot see you. If you guys can pull it down a little bit, that'd be perfect. Great. Okay, so let's keep reading about Italy's changes in government today. So I'm going to give you some of the main things you need to highlight. They had some changes in government. Originally, Italy was divided. We're on page 233. We're a collection of small states that were invaded and conquered by foreign powers. There were tribes, popes, Holy Roman Empire, France, Spain, Austria, all of them ruled part of Italy at one time or another. In 1861, Italy finally became, okay, Matthew, you need to make sure it's on you, okay? Thank you. Italy finally became a united kingdom under King Victor Emmanuel II. However, highlight this, the Italians came under the dictatorship of Benito Mussolini. Highlight that, Benito Mussolini. He was a leader of the fascist movement. Now, fascism is a form of government that lets people keep their private property, so they get to keep what's theirs, but it takes away their freedoms. He ruled as a premier and then as a dictator until Italy was defeated by the Allies in World War II. Since 1946, Italy has been a republic with a president, a premier, and a parliament. They elect the members of the parliament are elected by the people, and the parliament then elects the president. The president appoints the premier, who runs national affairs, and the most important man in Italian government. Italy has a lot of political parties. Sometimes as many as 15 of their parties run for parliament. The Communist Party is stronger in Italy than any other country of Western Europe. Now, there's some regions here. The Po Valley, it's their industrial center and their most important agricultural region. We're on page 234 now, guys. Highlight this. They have a humid continental climate, much like of the southern United States. So Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, that kind of climate is what they have. They have warm, rainy summers and cool, rainy winters. The leading cities of the Po Valley, they have Milan, which is in Italy, Genoa, and Turin. Those are your cities in Italy. They do have a lot of good farmland. They have olives and grains, and they raise livestock. Rome, Florence, and Naples are the most important there. We've heard of Rome. That's one of the most important Italian cities. Yes, Matthew. When this book was written in Italy, yes, it was. Fascism, that's what they used to have, fascism. Yes, because communism takes away the private property as well. Yeah. So they say the government owns it all. So let's keep reading about the mountains. They have the Italian Alps. They're not as high as the Swiss Alps, and they do have a lot of roads and tunnels that go here. They have water that comes down from the mountains, and they have electric power that makes Po Valley its main manufacturing center. They use that power from the water to create electricity. The Alps and the Apennines are used for grazing and forestry. Sicily and Sardinia, those are the two islands that form Italy. Sicily is the island hosts a rugged plateau, and highlight this, it has Europe's highest active volcano, Mount Etna. So Sicily has Europe's highest active volcano, Mount Etna. Sardinia, which is a very mountainous, is used for livestock, especially sheep. So you can see a picture right there of Mount Etna. You wouldn't think that it's a volcano, because when you think of a volcano, you think fire and all of this stuff, but this one actually has snow on top of it. They've got some famous cities here. Tyler D., read about Rome for us, please. Guys, I need to see faces. Liliana and Matthew, I need to see your faces, please. Mm-hmm. Renaissance. Great, thank you, Tyler. Make sure you highlight that Rome is Italy's capital and largest city. Have any of you been to Rome before? I don't think I see any hands. It'd be pretty cool if you were. Yes, Victoria, what can I do for you? Yes. Highlight that it has a humid continental climate on that page. And then you need to highlight on 233 about Benito Mussolini and fascism. Okay? Matthew, what can I do for you? You've been in Rome? Very cool. That's awesome. Oh, the Colosseum? Yeah, very cool. That's awesome. Okay, the next thing we need to know, in Rome, now Rome is a very famous place, center place for the Roman Catholicism religion. The Vatican City, this is the headquarters for the Roman Church. Highlight that. So the Vatican City, that's an independent state within Rome. That's where the world headquarters. So they have one universal, a huge church that's here in Rome. St. Peter's Basilica, highlight this, is the world's largest Catholic church building. You can see a picture of it on 234. It's the biggest building there, and that is in Rome. So we've got some specific cities here. You have St. Peter's Basilica, which is in Rome, the Vatican City, which is inside Rome, but it's its own little city. Florence, that's another one. It's the birthplace of the Italian Renaissance. Highlight that. Florence is the birthplace of the Italian Renaissance. Here in the west of Florence, this is where Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and other great artists lived and worked, in Florence. West of Florence is Pisa, which is famous for its Leaning Tower. You can see that picture on 235, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Make sure you highlight that. You need to know that the Leaning Tower of Pisa was in Florence. Now you've got Naples. That's another important city. Here in Naples is Mount Vesuvius. Highlight this. Mainland Europe's only active volcano. Remember, the other active volcano is on an island. Mount Vesuvius is the mainland active volcano. Yes, Victoria. Mm-hmm. It might be. I don't know. That would be good information for you to look up. It might be. Yes, Tyler H. You need to know that Mount Vesuvius is mainland Europe's only active volcano, and that's where Pompeii happened. Remember we read about Pompeii probably about a month or so ago, where that volcano came and they didn't know it swept and killed a lot of people, buried them alive? That was here at Mount Vesuvius. There are some other cities of the Po Valley. You have Milan, La Scala, Genoa, Turin. There's a lot of ones. You need to know that Genoa was the birthplace of Christopher Columbus. That's on page 235. So Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa. Make sure you also know that Milan is Italy's second largest city. And then one thing about another city they have is Turin. It's beautiful, makes it a favorite tourist site. And because it has makes a lot of automobiles, people call it the Detroit of Italy, because Detroit is known for making their automobiles and scooters and things like that. So Turin here is known as the Detroit of Italy. Look at page 236 now. The last thing we need to know is Venice. Now, this is probably the biggest city that you've heard of is Venice. You can think about the gondola rides. If you've ever noticed, if you look on page 236, where their streets, they pretty much, all of their cities are built on this main canal here where they have water. They don't do a lot of driving here. They ride boats. You can see that picture. Highlight this. Instead of cars, the people use motorboats and gondolas for transportation within the city. So they do gondolas. Oh, very cool. That's cool, Victoria. Your parents have gone around Europe. Yes, Arnon, what can I do for you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the cities out here are they've got very thin roads. It's all river. That's crazy. Yes, Tyler H. Oh, well, there you go. Now you've got a lot of information right here you can use. Matthew, what can I do for you? Detroit is in Michigan? I'm pretty sure it's Michigan, but let me check to make sure. Let me look. Yes, it's in Michigan. Okay, so what you're going to do right now, let's go ahead and I am going to have you just answer these. You don't need to write them down. Let's just answer them. Austin, tell me, what two mountain ranges are in Italy? They both start with an A. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. What is it? There you go. You're right. The Apennines and the starts with an A. If you look on page 234, you'll see mountains. Look on page 234. Look at where it says under mountains. The Italian what? There you go. So they have the Alps and the Apennines. Katie, tell me, what is one of the great Italian artists we learned about? There's 3 of them we learned about. 2 of them are after the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Mm-hmm. Yep. Michelangelo. And what did he paint? You remember there was 2 sculptures of people in the Bible. No, that was Leonardo DiCaprio. It was 2 sculptures of 2 of the famous men in the Bible. There's a D and an M. There you go, David and Moses. Good. And then we also had Raphael, who painted the Sistine Madonna. Okay, now we have another question. Who was the first fascist dictator of Italy? Liliana, who was that? Benito Mussolini. Very good job. Matthew, I want you to tell me what 2 islands are a part of Italy. What 2 islands are a part of Italy? They both start with S's. The 2 islands. Anna Clara, you're going to answer number 5. Calvin, you're going to do number 6. And Vlada, you're going to do number 7. So start looking for those answers. They're S's. On page 234, the 2 islands. So one of them is Sardinia. The other one is... Okay, Tyler, help him out. What is the other one? Tyler H. Sicily and Sardinia. Very good job. The next one, number 4. Number 5. What is the capital of the city? Anna Clara? Good. Rome. What is the headquarters for the church? Calvin, what is the headquarters for the church? What city is it? Calvin, you need to unmute yourself. What is the city? There we go. Starts with a V. Vatican, the Vatican City. And then Vlada, the last one. What city is known for the canals and bridges? Venice. Venice. Okay? Good. Okay, so everybody listen up for me, please. Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Okay, so a couple things. Remind your parents to come in tomorrow from 10 to 1 to pick up all of their books. All of your books. All of you but Vlada have something that needs to be picked up. There's a bag of all of your stuff that was either art supplies, paper, anything in your desk. So all of you except Vlada need to come in tomorrow and pick up work. Okay? Because emails or text messages were just sent out. You have to come in and get it. Okay? From 10 to 1 tomorrow. There's health books. Anna Clara, Calvin, and Victoria, you three need to get your health book for class on Monday. The rest of you need to come in and get books. You've got paper, we've got pens, art supplies, all that stuff that I'm sure you want back. Now, if you don't have any questions, you can go. I will see 6th graders at 11:30. I think Matthew wants some people to stay on. Yes, Matthew. Yep, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Okay, let's make sure we're being appropriate, okay? That's not something you want to do. Thank you. Okay, Anna, Austin, what can I do for you? Austin, go ahead.